What begins with P and ends with E and has a million letters in it? The post office. This is about shipping internationally, and I find that even some advanced eBay sellers don't really understand what's going on with international shipping. And I'm here to clear things up really fast. It is amazingly easy. eBay has made the whole thing so easy for us sellers, especially in the United States, and eBay is working on international countries. Canada and England, I believe, are what they're working on next, if they don't have it already, to try to implement this same thing. Here's the way it works. Whenever you want to ship a package within the United States, assuming that that's where you are now, let's say that it's a 1 pound, and let's say that you're shipping a glass figurine, a Yadro, a little boy playing soccer, okay? And so what you do whenever you're in Kansas and you want to ship it to New Mexico, you wrap it really well in a box, you click print on eBay to print out a mailing label, you slap it on the box, and you hand it to your postal carrier, either outside your front door or at your post office. And that's all that you have to do whenever you're just going from Kansas to New Mexico. But what if you're going from Kansas to Norway? Okay, that's quite a distance further. Here's what you do now. Take notes, okay? This is what we do as eBay sellers that differs wildly from what we do if we're just going from Kansas to New Mexico. If you want to go from Kansas to Norway, here's what you do. 1, you wrap that Yadro really well. Step number 2, you click the button to print a mailing label on eBay. Step number 3, you hand the box to your postal carrier at your front door or to the clerk at the post office. And that's it. In other words, there's no difference. We as sellers are never affected, have to do anything extra anytime we ship to New Mexico or Norway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to us. We do nothing different. eBay takes care of everything for us. What about the customs form? You don't have any customs form. We don't need no stinking customs forms. You don't need anything like that. As a matter of fact, many eBay sellers today will sell something and they don't really understand the system and they're shipping internationally and they don't even know it. Because to us, it just looks like it's going somewhere in Illinois for the most part. At least here in Oklahoma where I am, all packages go to the eBay Global Shipping Center in Illinois. There might be another one by now inside the United States. I don't know. We do nothing differently. Now, what about our liability? Here's our liability. We have to get that package to the Illinois, in my case, we have to get that package there and it's got to arrive undamaged and they can shake it or open it. As a matter of fact, many packages are opened and repackaged in the eBay Global Shipping Center. So they might open the box. We don't care. They're experts. They will take care of it. They will get it packaged back well. As long as your item makes it there and that you ship on time. If your item arrives internationally broken, if your item arrives nationally late, if your item arrives internationally it never gets there, you, the seller, are never affected. You keep your money, you keep everything. eBay will take care of the refund process. If your international buyer wants to return a box to you. Now, if you've been on eBay long, that's a hassle. Now that you're on eBay, in today's world with eBay Global Shipping, let's say that your Norway buyer pulls out the Yadro and says, I'd rather see a little girl playing soccer. So she wants to return it to you. She opens a return case and you never know about it. You never get a refund. You don't know about anything. eBay takes care of everything. eBay will pay for the return, get it back, and probably sell it somewhere on a pallet or something of eBay returns. That's what Amazon does. That's what eBay probably will do. Maybe. It depends. I don't know what they do, and I don't care. I just know that I, as a seller, you as a seller, are not impacted by returns. You keep your money. You're not impacted if the item gets damaged on the boat over to Norway. It doesn't matter. It's not your problem. As long as you get that box to the eBay Global Shipping Center. That's it. eBay is about to implement, this is June of 2024, they have announced they are implementing one more new policy, which is great for us, and that is we will no longer be able to tell which countries we want to exclude in international shipping. We've always been able to do that. We've always been able to exclude countries we don't want to ship to. There are many reasons why. In Italy, you cannot ship hats or shoes to Italy. Italy just doesn't want them. They make a lot of beautiful leather shoes and hats in Italy, and they just don't want the competition, which is kind of weird. They would be better if they got the competition, but they don't want to, and that's fine with me. So if you're shipping a lot of those things, selling a lot of leather shoes, you probably should exclude Italy. If you don't, in the past, you ship it to Italy, and Italy's customs says, no way, ship it back. And then we got to deal with all of that. Not anymore. eBay is about to implement a no exclusion country policy. So if there's any reason why your item can't go into a country, you don't know and you don't care. eBay's taking care of all of that. Thank you, eBay. Let's make sure you've got international shipping chosen, okay? You can go to the international shipping help page of eBay and learn all about it, but it's pretty much everything I've just told you. You're protected. Items lost or damaged, not your problem, not your money. Items late or no delivery, not your problem. Neutral or negative feedback. Any neutral or negative feedback from handling during international transit will be removed from your account. Once it leaves Illinois, if you get a negative feedback for any reason because of the shipment, that's not your problem. eBay will automatically remove that. Wow. Thank you, eBay. To opt in, to opt out. Here's what you do. A lot of you are already opted in and you don't know it. But you go to My eBay, which is right up here, and you can't quite see it, but the words My eBay will be at the top of almost every eBay screen that you go to, and you go down to Summary, you click Summary, and then you click this Account button. Account option at the top of the screen, and then you go to shipping preferences, which is right here. Click on shipping preferences, and you just have to make sure that the status is enrolled for eBay International Shipping. Status enrolled. If it's not, click to enroll, and they'll opt you in. Otherwise, you can leave that if you want and click opt out. Why in the world would anyone in America want to opt out of eBay Global Shipping? Well, there's one minor drawback that might slow a few sales, and that is eBay charges a lot for this. They charge the customs form. Anytime an item enters, they have to pay customs. eBay does all that for us. That's why we don't have to do customs forms or anything. We don't have to pay it. Even our buyer doesn't have to pay. Matter of fact, as I said, we don't usually know that it's going internationally. So if we opt out, that might be because we've got a product that we like to ship ourselves. We can ship it far cheaper than the international eBay program. eBay's going to charge a fee because they have to cover themselves on all of these returns that they're covering. Any return, they handle everything, like I say, but that's costly. So they charge for that, and they charge our buyer. They add it into their shipping. So anytime we ship something and we're opted into eBay's international shipping, it's going to cost our buyer more than if we were to actually ship it ourselves and do an international label, fill out a customs form, all that hassle for us, especially Americans. We don't know how to do anything like that. But if we do all of that, our buyers usually get a much greater discount on shipping. So we will probably sell more international items if we opt out of eBay International Shipping, but there's no way I'm going to do that. I'm an international world traveler. I have been around the world over and over and over to many countries, many countries, a lot of time, a lot of months and months, and even years out of the States. So I'm very familiar with international everything, and I don't want to touch it because then I have to pay the customs if the buyer doesn't want to. See, if the buyer just rejects the package at customs, I didn't know I'd have to pay customs. I reject this package. They're going to ship it back to me and I've got to pay. It's a big nightmare. If your buyer wants to return it, you've got to pay the return or else just refund all the money or something. But I hate to teach buyers internationally that they can do that and just say, I want to return it, and we don't want to pay the return shipping, so we just say, keep it, I'll give you a refund. But there's all those decisions. But if you're opted in, you don't have to make any decision. It's just you'll possibly sell more items internationally if you opt out. There's no way it's worth it for me. And I know what I'm doing. Let's look at your shipping policies. If you use shipping policies to ship your item, and you should, although we haven't talked about policies yet, you have policies of shipping and so forth. This is the dumbest option eBay will ever create. Whenever you're creating your shipping policies, you're going to see this stupid thing, and that is eBay International Shipping. Your listing will show up for buyers worldwide. Great. That's what I want. Other international shipping services. Buyer can choose international shipping or any service you add. With other services, you'll manage the export yourself. Bottom line, if you don't want to do international shipping yourself, but if you want to provide international shipping, you have to make sure no international shipping is clicked. Again, if you want to use eBay International Shipping, you have to click no international shipping. And you have to be enrolled or opted into eBay's international shipping that I showed you earlier. You have to do that one time on your My eBay shipping preferences screen. But then whenever you create a shipping policy, you have to choose no international shipping. This is the dumbest thing. Just don't do this, eBay, because no one knows what's going on. So a lot of naive, because it's not obvious, sellers will choose flat rate internationally. They usually won't do that, but calculated. Cost varies by location. But then you have to use your own, you have to print your own labels, your own custom, all that stuff. And you've got to go into, do I want to ship everywhere? Do I want to exclude any countries? What services? Calculated shipping. It's a mess. But if you choose no international shipping, that literally means eBay, I want to ship internationally, except I want to use your service. I want you to do everything for me. So this is a major misleading thing that I hope by the time you see this, eBay's changed that to say, no eBay international shipping, but I'll use my own, something a lot more clear. But whenever you create a new shipping policy or edit all of your current shipping policies, if you want to use, if you've opted into eBay's shipping, global shipping, international shipping, EIS, eBay International Shipping, and you choose no international shipping on every business policy you create, if you create business policies, if you don't worry about it. But if you do, and they're good to do, then you have to choose no international shipping. And as long as you do that, you will be groovy. You will be in Fat City because eBay will take care of everything. You'll never get returns based on lost shipments or anything. eBay will take care of all of that mess, including returns. So if someone from Norway wants to return something to Kansas, you don't know and you don't care. You just get to keep the money anyway.